All right. Welcome everybody to another. Oops.
Welcome.
I do that
everybody
every time. Every time I leave my stream open when I'm trying to make sure everything's good. Bro. Anyways, we are back with another live. Today is a special day. Today is a very special day as we are going to be publicly trading our challenge account with one trade a day. As you can see, we have here our Tradeovate for our Tradeify account. Tradeovate for Tradeify. You can also see, as in we check the Forex calendar, that today we have 10 a.m. Dutch job opening. Not that too volatile of a red folder, so we don't need to base our whole trading off of it, but we can use it as like, some sort of liquidity driver or volatility run. But we are trading live on here. So I need to connect it to hold on, I need to enable the trading view, and then I need to log in on my account. So you got to give me 1 second. I'm just going to hide the screen because I don't want you guys to see my login information. And I need to log into my Tradeify account so we can start this challenge. It's going to be one trade a day, just to let you guys know that. So in case you don't already know, it's one trade a day. And we are going to be trading more than that. Where can I find my my login details? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, 1 second, chat. I'm just logging into my new account that we're going to be publicly trading for the new challenge. There we go. Here we go. Here's our account. As you can see, Tradeify, Tradeovate, 150K. The challenge is going to be publicly trading and executing and journaling everything live publicly on a 150K challenge with Tradeify, advanced challenge, so the harder version, on live, showing you one trade a day. That's all you need. So I got a new notebook as well. Which color, chat, should I use? Before we get into this, which color notebook should I use for this one trade a day? The blue or the gray? Because I don't know. First one to say it. Blue or gray? Blue? All right. This one, right? Yeah, blue. All right, so how this challenge is going to work is I'm going to be taking one very high probability trade entry a day. Now, this trade entry is either going to be one of three models. That one of three models is either a 2022, a Turtle Soup, or an IOFED. If it's going to be an IOFED, it needs to be in a continuation profile. So let's see what profile we're in as of right now. Okay, so wow, look at that accumulation, manipulation, distribution. You can see we have all-time highs, but you can see we're also respecting that order block on the daily chart, right? Very well, and it looks like it could potentially turn down lower, so we need to see what's happening on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, you can see we're in that higher time frame PD rate, which is also that fair value gap that broke structure. And we traded into once, traded to again, and now we're rejecting off of it again. We broke bearish PD raise, broke that bearish order block. So it looks like ideally, we could use as a high probability target as the top of the consolidation of this range. Again, we disrespected this bearish SIBI. Traded to this inversion fair value gap, and we're trading lower. So right now, it's kind of indecisive. You can see we have accumulation, manipulation. But again, there's nothing too interesting that I'm looking at because we still are really near midnight open. Let's mark out midnight open. There we go. There's midnight open. As you can see, we have not traded above midnight open too much. So again, bullishness is my direction. So what I want to see at 9:30 is bearishness to potentially go soup some lows. I'm not looking. I don't really see an easy turtle soup setup that could form here. We don't really have relative equal lows. But yeah, we need to look at ES here. You can see consolidation, manipulation. It's 9:30 equals 6. Oh my gosh, get out of here with that bullshit, bro. Get out! I'm not doing that. 369 girls want to drink wine. So again, ES looks like it's respecting that volume balance, so the fair value gap wants to turn back up, but it's also respecting that SIBI. And yeah, I mean, there's a chance that it could move lower, right? ES looks like a lot lower, looks like it could move lower, while NQ looks like it wants to move higher. So I think we're just gonna have to base our next entry off of we're gonna have to base our entry off of what am I gonna say? 9:30. So I'm actually gonna be trading micros on this one account, one day a trade account. So we need to go back and find midnight open here. But for my new viewers, we are doing a new challenge where I'm publicly trading and executing and journaling publicly everything that it takes for me to pass this new, this new 150K. If this doesn't show transparency and real transparency, then I don't know what does. Because you can see I literally just bought this account, Tradeify. It's an advanced funded account, so that means it's harder to pass. It has a faster drawdown. It has a tighter stop loss. All of that is harder. And we're going to be trading one trade a day with it. Zahid, what's up? But again, keeping the trading sweet and simple. You can see it's trading and consolidating in that fair value gap prior. 9:30 is in 2 minutes. I do want to see it manipulate lower to potentially take buy side liquidity. We have engineered equal highs up here as well, right? So price action forms equal highs, manipulates away, and then goes back up to it. So again, we are in that BPR here on the 15-minute, as you can see right there. Price action is using this little BPR. It's not a big one, but it's valid. It's using this little BPR to drive price lower. It could be going back down to that order block. But again, I want to see price action manipulate lower before turning up higher, because I am going to be bullish today. But there's a chance that we could reverse, because we are right at the direct middle. We've moved up equally as much as we moved down. So it could be a seek and destroy. It could be a high resistance liquidity run profile. A lot of the times when you look here and you go to gold, where's gold? When gold surges overnight, you can see it surged all the way up to almost 3,900. That tends to be a potential that tends to call out on a potential high resistance liquidity run on the NASDAQ. Can I copy your trades? Of course you can. If you trade micros on a 150K, how much do you want to take? So with this challenge, it's one trade a day. My max stop loss is $4,000 or $4,500. I'm going to be trading $500 a trade. No matter what. Nothing, nada, boom, one trade a day, $500, done. No more, no less than $500 each day. Just the simple rules. That is how you do it, okay? So again, risk wise, you don't want to risk too little because it's one trade a day, but you don't want to risk too much. So I feel like 500 is a good sweet spot. I have a huge zit right here, dude. Oh. But again, we want to look for buy side today. It's 9:30. Let's see what the market's opened up as. Nvidia opened up positive 0.2, Apple 0.2, Tesla 0. Rest of the big stocks negative. Looks like we're trading lower at 9:30, which is what I like to see. Now, we don't have a clear draw on liquidity for sell side, or anywhere that we want to look for it to manipulate. I can't do 100. I can't trade the 100K combine because I'm fully allocated on Top Step, so I have to go with Tradeify. But for 100K, you should be risking like $350. But we can go down to London lows potentially. Right, we need to look for a higher time frame PD rate that we could potentially trade to that it wants to. I mean, it is in this 4-hour fair value gap, and this 4-hour fair value gap should be the driver of price. What it can do is dip back below that into the 4-hour again, but I don't think it should take that low. If it's going to be bullish, that low should be protected. So right now, what I'm looking at is price formed another equal high up here. So we have equal high, midnight open, buy side liquidity equal high, regular trading hour gap. It could go down and fill the old yesterday's regular trading hour gap. That's a possibility as well. But again, I want to lean bullish. And right now, it looks like we had a beautiful bearish Judas. We have a little bit of sell side liquidity here that we can take. Trade us down into decent version for value gap. But let's just wait. What's up, JB? We're definitely in a discount because we're below midnight open. Again, for my new people, I'm doing a fully transparent, fully public combine challenge, 1 trade a day, just to show you that you don't need to be trading a bunch. You don't need to win every day to be profitable. You can accept loss and still move on. Wow, that's really good coffee today. Ooh, that's great coffee today. Ooh. I ran out of my Starbucks pods, so I've been using like the third party I found in my cabinet, like the just a random pod for like 2 weeks. And I finally bought the new Starbucks dark roast. See, I drink my coffee black, so I need to have high quality coffee. And that is high quality coffee, dude. I trade the first presented usually. What do you think about it? It depends on the narrative, right? Everything depends on the narrative. Right now, we would be in the power of 3 narrative, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So what I'm looking for as of right now is a 2022 or a turtle soup. We have a potential turtle soup setup on this low. Trades back down into that 4-hour. If we body back up here, it could be a turtle soup. But so far, this is nothing near what it looks like to be as a turtle soup for me. It looks like it still wants to drag down lower. But again, this could be a turtle soup on this low as well. Remember, it's 1 trade a day. We lose, we're done. Well, I'll trade my other accounts, but yes, I am starting the challenge today. I have the account locked and ready to go. So you can see 930. 930 manipulated us higher and then traded down lower. But it's just a little bit of a wick higher. I still think we can turn up today. Now, we do have a little bit of uncertainty in the markets on where we can travel down lower due to that Democrat market shutdown thing, government shutdown thing, whatever. But again, I'm not going to be bearish until we take that low, body below that low. If we body below that low, then I'll be bearish. But for now, I'm just going to sit on my bullishness and think this is a manipulation at 930. So there's no turtle soup setup. We bodied past both these lows. The last turtle soup that we could think is London low turtle soup. But other than that, I think what would be best is waiting for a 2022 entry model. But I'm ready, dude. I'm ready to show the trading community that you don't need multiple trades in a day. You don't need insane everything, right? You can see, just started a new account bounce. I'm publicly going to be showing everything. Here's the account number if you want to search up the track record after. Everything is here. I'm not hiding nothing. I accidentally closed my trade of 8 though, and I need that open in case something doesn't work out. But to me, it looks like 930 manipulation. Again, it looks like we swiped some lows here. Do we have SMT? We have major SMT. ES is a lot higher. ES trades down to that order block in the 15-minute. Looks like it's trading a lot higher. So there's a lot of SMT here. There's no clear turtle soup for me. I don't like taking a turtle soup on a very low like that. I want it to be the low-hanging fruit. So turtle soup wise, it could rip up higher and I could miss out on a turtle soup right now, but I'm not comfortable for my one trade today taking that. Remember, it needs to be very, very high probability. Guys, don't trust him. He scammed me. Yeah, chat, I did scam him. I also scammed his grandma. For me, it's a 4-hour close will be important to have to inverse that busy. I'm bearish. That is true. That's why I'm saying if we trade below that low, I'm probably going to be bearish. But if we don't soup it, if we body below that low, that means we're going to close lower. I would be bearish, but I still am holding that bullish bias. But the only thing that's holding me bullish is this 4-hour fair value gap. If that gets disrespected, I'm going to be bearish. So far, it looks like price action wants and has lower prices to reach to. So London low could be the next target. But I can't marry a bias here. Remember, we do have midnight open barely touched. We have equal highs engineered from 2 a.m. Early London to Asian session equal highs, right? So again, I am looking at price action to still turn up here. We could potentially have a turtle soup set up here. Don't want to see it body past. Looks like it's, if it bodies past it like that and keeps trading lower, it has lower prices to go to. So trades to that 1-hour fair value gap. All right here. Looks like a turtle soup, chat. Looks like a turtle soup. So I'm going to pull out my calculator. And potentially, because if it bodies past that low, I'm not taking the turtle soup. But it could be, yeah, it's not a turtle soup. That's a shame. We almost had a nice little turtle soup. But it looks like it has lower prices to reach you unless it turns up here. It looks like it's rejecting, but it's failing to start to reverse lethargically. We need that swing low form. So I'm not going to take the trade even if we body up here. I need to wait for another candle body to confirm that swing low. But that's a nice body reaction so far. But I need a swing low to be confirmed, so I wouldn't take this entry just yet. Yeah. It could still be here's the thing. It could still be a turtle soup. It respected consequent encroachment, but it has no sign of wanting to reverse right away. So I think this is a little bit of a sloppy turtle soup. Let's see if this low gets taken. Yeah, another low gets taken. Well, let's keep in mind there could be a 5-minute turtle soup. So let's keep in mind that it could still be a turtle soup on this London low. But it looks like it has lower prices to reach to. And if it does, like, again, we could still be rebalancing that opening range gap. But to me, it looks like it wants to turn down a little bit. Looks like it's reacting off that order block. It wants to turn down. Right? It is clearly rejecting, and it's slowing down a lot ever since we took that low. And it's starting to reject more and respect consequent encroachment of that hourly fair value gap. I have to fill the hourly fair value gap, yep. Looks like a nice turtle soup here, chat. Gotta wait for that swing low to body. So I could take the entry here on that one trade a day here. We would go to these equal highs up there. Let's calculate the stop loss here. 26. So at 500 divided by 26 divided by 2 equals 9 contracts, chat. Okay. I'm going to get along here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Check the 5-minute. Okay. Okay, one
Order
trade a
filled.
day. One trade a day, chat. I gotta place my stop loss. Remember, you can't be nervous. So what are we gonna do when we journal our first trade? One trade a day. Okay. One trade a day. Taken turtle soup entry from 9:30 manipulation. So far, it's not the greatest reaction that we like to see, but it is bodying up a little bit higher. Right? Entry was at 9:41. Entry at 9:41. Okay. So I want to see price start to rip up higher here. Again, it's only one trade a day. It's okay, fellas. A loss is a loss. What you're doing when you're trading one trade a day, this is the model that got me my first payout, is I don't like creating limit orders. When I got my first payout, what it is usually when you're trading multiple trades a day, you go, you take it, win, loss, that. This is just expanding how long it takes. And the reason, you'll be like, Ben, why do you do that? Well, it's almost impossible to go against your risk management model if you just accept the fact that it's one trade a day. Okay? We lose this trade, on to the next. We win this trade, on to the next. Risk $500. So far not looking like a good turtle soup, but one trade a day. OTAD, that's what I call it. Trades back into that hourly fair value gap, then starting to reject back up higher. You can see there's a little fair value gap there that it traded to and respected it. See that little fair value gap there, chat? Now, as you guys are learning watching this, oh boy, look at that respect. So as you guys are learning here, I'm learning as well. And like Ben, what are you learning from this experience? Because this is a model that you used years ago to get your first payout. You know how emotional I am right now, publicly trading with a reputation on the line, a funded account challenge that you can fully see. There's a reason why I hide sometimes my P&L and my full balance and I don't show you anything, because it sets an expectation for you guys that makes me want to chase my losses. But this is fully open. And we're going not just to pass the count, we're going to get our first payout with one trade a day. So you can see we have a beautiful reaction here. Once we get that body, look at that 15-minute wick there. Our first partial is going to be at these highs here. But a nice drag stop loss down to this low that was formed, which is the low that took. So we have our stop loss dragged now. We basically cut risk in half. All right, we're ripping up higher from that beautiful turtle soup entry. I'm going to put on the execution so you can see what happened. But again, you see our stop loss is now dragged to the trapped buy sellers. So this is trapped sellers. Price action should not go below this low if it's going to continue back up higher. But nice 930 power of 3 setup. Ben, watch time. I'm looking at time, bro. It's 9:45. 9:30 manipulated. We're $500 in profit now. We're 1 RR up. There's no partial for me yet. Again, we're going to take our first partial at these equal highs. We'll take another partial at midnight open or that high, and then we'll take our last take profit at these equal highs up at buy side liquidity. Again, I can't be fearful in this 5-minute fair value gap because if we do reverse, we will, and I'll probably get stopped out, but that's cut risk already. So a lot of the weight on my shoulders have been just by cutting risk. Okay, risk is off the table. That's my first win. Your first win in the markets is dragging your stop loss, but to a point where you should. Okay, that's your first win. Your second win is break even. Your third win is a partial, and your fourth win is a take profit. Chat, stop with this 369 stuff, bro. Please. Chat. But again, we're just patient. We're in that fair value gap now. We broke structure. You see a low, a high, a lower low, a higher high, a fair value gap. So if you're a 2022 entry model type of trader, you could get in on this market structure shift fair value gap. Beautiful reaction to that. I got in on the turtle soup, so I don't need to add more positions. I can't add more positions. Why, Ben? Why can't you add more positions? 1 trade a day, chat. You keep it short, simple, and sweet. Just straight down. 1 market, 1 trade, 1 entry, 1 this. Go down. Okay? Target is short, simple, and sweet up there. So it's a 3.47 RR trade. So I'd be making $1,700 on this trade, I think. 1,600. I'm going to be making 1,500 because I'm going to be partialing. I'm not targeting all-time highs, chat. I don't think all-time highs is going to get taken today. That's like 3% away on a day where it's just Jolt's job openings. No, I'm not going to do that. Macro's coming up, though. You can see NVIDIA starting to turn up higher. NVIDIA could take all-time highs, though. Let's look at ES. ES doing the same thing. We have beautiful SMT on the lows here. ES is taking a high. AS is turning up. It's not completely decoupled. This market is up another 2.7%. Dude, it's finally flying. Oh, my gosh. You don't understand how happy I am. I bought into this stock in November of 2024, and I've been break even since. And we finally got a good news drive. I'm telling you, this is going up. Look at how healthy that looks. Anyways, let's go back to the markets. I don't like how it's failing to turn up. I don't like that how it's failing here, and I don't like how the 5-minute is turning down. But I'm not going to change my stop loss. I'm not going to change how anything is set here. And why is that, you might ask? Because I set it to here. It didn't go to my first partial, so I'm not going to drag my stop loss to break even. We have a trapped seller there. So if it's going to go up, it shouldn't go down there, right? It could be trading to that lower fair value gap. But even if I get stopped out here, chat, we dragged, we cut risk, we did an amazing job. Great for the first day of the first traded, a 1 trade a day challenge. Okay, you can see execution is 9 contracts. You can't see that. Average fill price, profit, boom, boom, boom. All right, we're in this fair value gap here. We should reject off of this, right? Clearly, it wanted to have a little bit deeper manipulation. Nice body reaction to that lower fair value gap, but price action looks like it's time distorting. It looks like it's getting very wicky here. But I'm gonna actually make sure that my stop loss is below that low. It wasn't below that low. There we go. So what was a $500 risk is now a $250 risk. It's all about perspective. Think about it this way. We lost $500 yesterday, imagine, pretend, and we made $250 today. If you would have been in that situation, you would be okay with this loss. But if you're thinking, oh, I lost $250 today, you're going to gamble. Remember, it's all about perspective, okay? We already won today because we minimized our first day of risk by $250. It's rejecting off this fair value gap, but showing no sign of bullishness. The turtle soup was beautiful at first, but it looks like after this reaction to that 5-minute fair value gap, it could potentially want to trade lower. Which is sad. It looks like a beautiful turtle soup. That 1 hour looks like it could be a beautiful turtle soup. Now, again, if it is going to turn up, it really shouldn't go below those trap sellers, right? Those are trap sellers for a reason. But we should be protected if it's not going to go back down below that low again. There's a 2-minute volume imbalance. There is. Good eye, boy. Good eye. Yeah. It should turn up at this exact point. This is our last strand before we think that it could go back down there. Well, we hold it and we wait. It's one trade a day, so we're patient. We be patient. Oh, what's up, everybody? I have 142 viewers. I thought I had 99. I guess it's bugged on my Streamlabs. But again, one trade a day. We manage risk. Everything is good. Showing some rejection on that volume imbalance, right? And notice how it's rejecting to go below this low again. That's showing that price action is... Those are trap sellers, right? Those are trap sellers. You see how it's wiki, it respect consequent encroachment to that fair value gap. If price action is going to be high probability and turn up, it shouldn't go below that low. Remember, one trade a day. If you are new here, I just started a new combine that I'm going to be publicly executing and showing all my track record on. One trade a day, $500 risk. And I'm going to be showing you every execution and balance. You can see here where this is our first trade of the account. There's a 3-minute volume imbalance there that it traded to. It don't like how that traded down from that, but it could still turn up. It could still turn up. There's always hope. But we dragged risk, so I think it's a win today regardless of what happens. It's teasing us. It's teasing us. We had SMT on ES as well. But if this goes lower, it's... Yeah.
Stop filled.
Hello. How much did I lose there? Because I definitely got spread there. Oh, wow. Okay. What was that? That's not bad. Where do I see... 1 second, chat. What do I see? Okay, $256 loss on the first day. Okay? That is, to me, pretty good. For a losing day, $256 loss on our first day is pretty good. So, trade moved up a lot, then got stopped at dragged stop loss. Day 1 equals negative $256. $256. That's $6 over what we thought we were going to cut. That's a pretty good loss for today, chat. And yes, we could have took a partial here, but Partial was there. I still think we're going to hold our bullish bias, but what do? Where's my, how do we lock ourselves out for the day? I don't usually lock myself out on Tradevate. How do we do that? Risk settings? I don't know. Doesn't matter. We do this. We click X. Goodbye. We got our Tradevate account. You see the balance. I will log it later and post it on Twitter. You go like this. Log out of Tradevate. And we're done. First trade of the day. First trade of the account. You can see it was a drag stop loss. Half risk loss. Not bad. Not bad. And that's how you get your first payout, chat. I'm telling you, that's how I got my first payout, is sticking to one trade a day. One trade a day is how you get your first payout, chat. Now we're going to be trading my other accounts. But I still think my bias is bullish. I just think we got the wrong, like it wanted to trade down one more time, which is okay. But I still think we're going to go back up to these equal highs. But we're going to get out for this challenge. We closed negative $250, which is a pretty good risk management if you tell me. But now we are going to be trading my other accounts, but I will post that later on in the Discord and on Twitter. But we logged out. And now what I'm going to do and wait is I'm going to wait for 10 a.m. here. This could be potentially be prior to 10 a.m. manipulation, and we could turn up higher, right? I think we still think we can turtle soup those lows, but I'm going to be trading my top step accounts now, so I need to connect my paper trading. By the way, I just did a new paper trading account to just test some stuff, so that's why you see the balance is that. Right? I just tested some BS. Those aren't actual trade entries. But again, you can see we are now moving up higher after taking liquidity. So it looks like we just had the wrong time. Just the wrong time. Looks like it wanted to manipulate one more time, which is okay. Wicks to the 4-hour order block. Yep. But listen, we have the right bias, and that's a win in my books. Guys, we're 8 subscribers away from 2,700 followers, bro. 2,700. We're 8 subscribers away, bro. I live stream every single AM session on YouTube and PM on TikTok, so make sure to hit that subscribe button to know when I'm live next. I'm doing a publicly traded combine challenge where I'm going to be showing everything that I do publicly for full transparency and to teach you guys. So if you guys are trying to get your first payout, I recommend doing what I'm doing, 1 trade a day. Yes, but there could be another setup. Boo-hoo. Stick to your setup. Now, even though I have a lot of payouts and I'm a very successful trader, and this is the last time I'm going to talk about this challenge, and we're going to move on to looking for my next entry. Even though I'm a pretty successful trader and I have a lot of payouts and I've been trading for 5+ years, there's still a possibility out there that I cannot pass this account. It happens sometimes, especially when you're doing 1 trade a day. Because if I'm just in a losing month, or if I'm in a losing week, or if I'm in a losing whatever, as a good trader, the reason why I was able to maintain my account, my live accounts for months, is because I have a big buffer already. I have like a $30,000 buffer. I can lose a lot of money, and I can have 2 losing months and still have my live accounts. But with a combine, if I have a losing month, I'm blowing it. So remember, even as a good trader, there's always a possibility of not passing it, especially when you're doing 1 trade a day, because you're not gambling it. You're not going fast. So remember that you cannot be upset. You cannot think you're a bad trader. You can't think that your concepts don't work or your model doesn't work just because you can't pass an account in that month, because there's always different profiles. Look how we're starting to rip back up higher. So it looks to me as a low probability day, right? We moved up higher. We should have went up to the highs with this entry. We went down, stopped me out. Now it's going back up higher. Am I upset? No. I'm happy that my bias is correct. Do I wish I won the trade? Yes. Am I going to do anything about it? No. I'm going to come back tomorrow with a better mindset and a sharper mindset. That's how you're supposed to be trading. Thank you for the subscription, by the way. I really appreciate it. So now we're going to look for another entry here. So you can see that we took that low one more time, and now we're trading up again. 10 a.m., that 4-hour candle did body above the fair value gap, which is a very bullish statement. We have a nice turtle soup on that 1 hour. What we could do here is potentially look for an IOFED, but again, it's very messy right now, and I kind of want to get out of this chop range before I get back into the trade. You can see it's just chopping right now, so I got to make sure that's not going to be a seek and destroy before re-engaging into the markets. Let's see what the stock market's doing. Nvidia's up 1%. Apple 0.5. Bitcoin's down to 113, still at 113. Oracle's down 1.5%. Nothing too jaw-dropping. To me, screams like a seek and destroy type of day, right? We're near midnight open. But I do think those equal highs are going to be a target today. So we have a nice little fair value gap here that we could potentially trade off of. All right, 10:01. I'm going to take a trade off of this. I'm going to do $500 risk, cut risk. 17 contracts. I'm a little late, so I'll do 15. Put my stop loss to that low. Stop loss to that low. How much money did we risk? 500. Boom, just like that, dude. Just like what we wanted to. Okay, we're going to go and see if we can catch an IOFED entry here on that first presented fair value gap of 10 a.m. See? Now, if this trade wins, am I going to be upset that I didn't catch it on my challenge? No. Do I wish I did? Yes, but it's okay. Nice little fair value gap reaction. Let's see if we can turn up here. So far, it's a great reaction. Guys, we're 6 subscribers away from 2,700. Please help me hit that 700 goal, chat. I'm on the journey with you, brother. Lost 217 on my 100K combine today. Hey, listen, that's a great loss. That's a great loss. We journaled it. We studied. I'm going to study it later. We journaled it. We managed our risk, and we move on. We didn't chase. Now, if we would have chased, we probably would have won because this trade looks like it's going to win. But that's not how you win long term. So we're going to sit on that loss. Plus, if I win this, I'll be happy. $1,800 win. So what is this? 3.4 RR. Literally the other trade. 1 second, chat. By the way, my payout did get approved. I saw that last night and I was really happy. My payout did get approved. I will post the bank statement when I get the payout. Don't worry. I will show you guys the bank statement. But it did get approved. $57,000 is on my way to the bank. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, chat. Negative 976 on 300K. 1 trade a day. Manage risk. Great execution. Feel great one day. Hey, dude, listen. That happens to everybody. You might even have 4 losing trades in a row. Adelson Silva, thank you for the subscription. All right, we're back in that fair value gap. I'm not going to drag my stop loss prematurely, but we are going to measure out, see what we trade to. We should turn up, but if it's going to be seek and destroy it, I'll get stopped out. Took a paper cut, but then got in on the reverse previous day local liquidity sweep. Nice. Do I take loads of wins off stream? I do not trade off stream. Every trade I take is on stream. So it looks like it's going to be seek and destroy. Looks like a seek and destroy profile, chat. It's in that. Yeah, stop. Hello. Paper. I got stopped out on top step already, so I'm not worried about this. Failed to close position. Okay. So we have a loss on our Tradeify and a loss on our top step. Looks like an average losing day to me. but it's a really good losing day. We see we have that 15-minute fair value gap, but price action, here's the thing. Price action is respecting bearish PD raise, but it's also wicking and chopping like this. To me, this looks like a seek and destroy profile, right? Look at this. You want to be careful today. Don't chase. We're going to sit for a little bit. We're going to be patient. We're 2 subscribers away, chat. We're 1 subscriber away, chat. Christopher, thank you for the subscription. PM might be cleaner. Usually when AM's this messy, PM's clean. But you can see if we were going to move higher, we would have moved higher here. If we were going to move lower, we would have moved lower here. If we were going to move higher, we were going to move higher here. Price action is literally chopping right now. It's something you want to sit out on. So I think this is just going to be a low probability day, chat. And for us to only lose 250 on a low probability day like this is mwah. And if we would have chased our loss here on that challenge, we would have lost again and then boom, tilted. You know what I mean? Sometimes what you think in the moment is like, oh, I just lost a trade. You then move on and you're like, oh, today was a terrible day. If I would have continued trading, I probably would have blown my account. 1 trade a day is my favorite. We're 1 subscriber away, chat. Who is going to be the 700th subscriber? Who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? Let me, but I'll show you guys again for my new viewers. Oh, I logged out. Hold on, chat. I'll show you again. I'm fully transparent with this challenge, this 1 trade a day challenge. I'm publicly trading it. Name another YouTube streamer that can pull it up and show you. We just started this today. Hey, 2,700. We just started this challenge today. It's a 150K challenge that I'm going to be publicly trading and publicly getting a payout by 1 trade a day, all on stream. Name another person that can pull it up and show you every execution. Obviously, this is the first day, so anyone can do it. But every day, we're going to be taking 1 trade a day with this challenge, this Tradeify. I couldn't have done Top Step or Apex because I'm max allocated on both. But as you can see, I'm showing you everything. Our first trade was, we risked $500 each trade. We dragged our stop loss, got stopped out, right? But look at the trade. You see how we got stopped out? We went for a turtle soup. It traded up, beautiful. Then it traded lower, stopped us out. Our stop loss was really originally here. Then we dragged it, cut risk in half, right? Would have got stopped out fully if I didn't do that. So that was a good dragged stop loss. That's our first trade. And now look at price action. Aren't we glad that we got stopped out and we stuck to that? That's why sometimes 1 trade a day saves you. Because if I would have continued to trade and took that, that's 2 losses, right? So this is our 1 trade a day that we took. You can see number of trades 1. Number of contracts was 18. What? Oh. What? Oh, 9 plus 9. I risked 9 contracts, and when I got stopped out, it put 9. So that 18. Okay. Average trade time 13 minutes. Right? $17 in commission. But that's our trade. Now we're going to look for another one. Right now, we're still in a seek and destroy. Once we break out of this consolidation, I'll look for the next one. You guys are crazy. We're already 3 subscribers above our goal. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys. That's why you the GOAT. You are a great loser. What? I'm kidding. You are a great loser. I want to learn this for you. Sub for sure. Can you quickly introduce yourself? Okay, Christopher. So I have $275,000 in funded account payouts. Been trading IC contests for 5+ years. I've traded every single trade that I took to get my most recent payout, $57,000 that just got approved today on live stream. Everything I do is executed on live. And also, on the other side, I am not a regular trading guru. I'm not a regular trading person who teaches trading and flexes money, cars, drugs, alcohol, and clubs. I also teach about the teachings of Christianity. I'm a very disciplined person. I teach about being disciplined, being a proper man to support a family, and the real morals and values of real men, and not just promoting money, drugs, and cars and clubs. So that's every night I try to do a Bible stream on Twitter. If you saw yesterday, I did that. So you can tune that in on there as well. But I'm doing a challenge right now, 1 trade a day, 50K. But I just got my $57,000 payout on Apex, so I can't trade my Apex accounts until that gets deducted, which should be by today. Don't worry about equal lows and equal highs. Right now, when you're in a seek and destroy profile like what we are in right now, your only worry should be getting out of this. Don't look for any targets. Sit back. You're not engaging for entries anymore. When there's no profile, there's no entry. This is how it works. You need to see a profile first, then an entry. Notice how I identified accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Then I looked for my turtle. I identified accumulation, manipulation, so then I look for my entry. Now that distribution is canceled out, I'm not looking for an entry anymore. I need to find a new profile. So don't look at any equal highs, lows, PD arrays. Look for a profile. I'll be live on TikTok and PM, Logan. Ben promotes real shit, man. Not no Diddy degeneracy stuff. Yeah, bro. I'll be here consistently. We don't trade the same way, but I want to have your mindset. Hey, Christopher, thank you. And you don't even need to copy my trades, but just I speak out how I trade. I publicly journal. I publicly execute. I show you my trade log. I will be showing you everything. So if you want to learn a little bit from a trader who has $275,000 in payouts, tune into the streams. You don't even need to copy me. Yeah, JB, just want to be careful. How much did you invest into Apex? Like, what's your ROI? Well, those evals costed me a lot of money. So the activation fee was $200. So first off, the $200 times 20, that's $4,000 to activate those accounts. Now, I got my ROI because I got 57K in payouts already, so that's fine. But that was $4,000. Now, on top, 4,000 Canadian. On top of that, each account was expensive, but I have a confession. I did get those accounts for free, but I had to pay for the activation. Okay, so the combines were free for me, but the activations I had to pay for. May I ask what time you usually start the stream at? 9:20. I know it says 9:15, but I'm usually late because I like to make my coffee in the morning. I like to make it like fresh so it's really hot when I come and sit down. And usually that delays me. But beautiful. We had a beautiful risk management today. I'm so glad we stuck to one trade a day. It's always great to do that. But it looks like a seek and destroy chat. Does not look like too great. Guys, everybody like up the stream. Everybody help like up the stream. We're at 25 likes. Let's get to 30. Got 5 more. We already hit our subscriber goal today, so thank you guys so much. Also, I'm about to hit 10K followers on TikTok and 10K followers on Twitter, which is actually really cool. I can't believe I'm this big now. I've always dreamed about getting 10K followers, and then it's 100K, and then it's 1 million. The payout came. The payout got accepted. It's coming right now. Like, I don't know when it's going to come, but it got accepted. I didn't get denied, chat. I did not get my payout denied. It's on its way. Oh my gosh, we're so close to 10K followers. We're going to hit that today, chat. We're going to hit that today. Look at this. 9,700, bro. 9,700, bro. I was stressing. I was really scared that I wasn't going to get approved for that payout. But we're in a seek and destroy profile, chat. I think a $250 loss instead of a $500 loss is an amazing loss for our first day when it's a seek and destroy. It definitely feels good, Christopher. But my second biggest payout, which was my biggest payout before I got this, was 37K. So it was very close. But, yeah, it was pretty good. No, not ideal price action. Hey, listen. I think so. One of the reasons why I love one trade a day is a regular me, even though I took one trade a day on my Apex, I mean, not my Apex, my Top Step, the regular me would be taking another trade. I would have took an entry here like I did on my Top Step. But because we did one trade a day, we only lost once by half risk because we dragged our stop loss. And now I'm not going to risk until a better day comes. a lot of the traders would still continue to find entries after that loss and chase their losses and would have lost again and again and again. Thank you, Lavi. I really appreciate it. But we'll be live on TikTok on the PM session. Wow, TikTok's at 38,000 views, dude. My TikTok's starting to blow up. It's starting to blow up. I feel like I'm going to have a really good stream today because I just had a very viral TikTok that got me a lot of followers. But we're going to be tweeting this trade that we took. We're also going to be posting it on the Discord and doing a trade recap, as well as we publicly journaled it as well. So I'll post that as well. But I think today was a great learning day and a great day to practice our discipline. If you don't already know, though, I really recommend you guys getting a stream deck if you're a trader. Instead of pulling out your phone and calculating, what you can do so you're not distracted by your phone is you can set a button, and all you do is look. I have my finger. I'm gonna click the button. Oh, it's on the wrong screen. 1 second. I'm gonna click this button. Boom. Calculator pops up. So I don't need to log in on my phone, look away from the charts. I can continue to look at the charts and go, oh, I see a trade. Let me calculate my stop loss. Boom. Quickly load up. So I think it's really helpful to have a stream deck. It's called Stream Deck. You can get a Stream Deck Mini for like $80 Canadian. So $60 American. It's a pretty good investment. So we are trading back up higher, but don't think that this is the reversal. We're still in this consolidation, so you can destroy. We do have a swing low form now, so if we are going to go up higher, this could be a protected low, but there's no obvious reason. We're 2,700 subscribers, chat. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers. Do you think it's possible to hit 10,000 before the end of the year? I think a 5,000 subscriber goal before the end of the year is very doable. 5,000 subscribers. I think that's very doable. If you aren't joined my free Discord already, I recommend to join it. I post trade recaps and everything there, so make sure to tune in there. What's up, chat? Why is the chat so dead? Oh, there we go. I have a quant tower, short keys, and other stuff. Mine, like buy, sell. Oh, that's sick. I like the Stream Deck because you can see here. I got the mini one because I don't want it too big on my screen. You can see screens, and you can also do this. It only has 6 buttons, but you can make other buttons, right? So technically it has unlimited buttons. How many trade do you take on your personal accounts? Like on my live accounts, I take around 2 to 3 trades a day. But with this challenge, it's 1 trade a day. Why is price so choppy right now? Gold expanded a lot higher in the early AM, especially with a very volatile. You can see it's a rollover week. It's NFP. It's a very volatile Monday morning and Sunday rollover. So you can anticipate manipulation and consolidation, right? As you can see before NFP, and it's going to be a new month. So it is a lower probability week this week. But you can also see that if we look at the dollar dropped, right? The dollar dropped lethargically, especially in the early AM, right? You can see Tuesday, it's dropped, especially with gold has also dropped. Then because of that, you can anticipate that price action is going to be low probability. We're also just hanging around near midnight open, but I do think this is a draw to take today. These equal highs. Thank you for the subscription, Troy. I really appreciate it. We're at 2,705 subscribers. We're growing every single day. Every single day. So before I move on, do you have ADHD? Yes, I do. How do you know? Before I move on, I'm going to be journaling, and I'm going to go felt FOMO after loss today, but 30 minutes later, I'm glad I stuck to my rules because I now see its seek and destroy. So negative 250 is really good for a day like today. Beautiful. How much funding do I have? I'm funded 6 million on Apex and max allocated on Top Step. Haha, same. ADHD gang, bro. Whew. Today was a good AM session. I mean, it's seek and destroy, but I'd say it was good. We had some nice risk management. Again, if you are new to the stream, I am doing a challenge where I'm publicly trading a combine and showing every execution with the challenge of 1 trade a day. And this got me my first payout. Name another person that it streams and will show you this page. Not just a screenshot, but the whole page. Okay, we started the new challenge, 1 trade a day. We dragged our stop loss, got stopped out on our first trade. You can see it moved up a little bit, but so far, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade and a beautiful identification of a seek and destroy. But I will show you all the way to my, I'm going to trade this account publicly all the way to my first payout. Once I get my first payout, then I'll decide if I want to continue to trade it publicly like this, because it does set expectations. It makes me a little bit more emotional, but it's easy to manage my emotions when it's 1 trade a day. But all the way up to my first payout on this account, I will show you every execution, every trade log, every balance update at the end of the day, everything. But it's seek and destroy right now. Do I take meds? No, I used to take meds and I got a heart attack. Reasons for the second. I identified, for the second trade, I was trying to identify IOFED, right? It wanted to soup the low one more time, then rapidly started turning up after turtle souping previous day low. And the first presented fair value gap at 10 a.m., right? Silver bullet, boom, 10 a.m. first presented fair value gap. I wanted to take that. That was also IOFED. But if this wasn't a seek and destroy profile, this would have gone up. But it's seek and destroy, so it turned back down lower. But guys, if you don't know, the sale ends today of 80% off with an $85 activation fee. It goes back to $200 activation fee after tonight. So code Ben, 80% off plus an $85 activation fee if you pass. So make sure to use code Ben when you're buying a new account. The sale does end today. Patience is key. But we had a great trading day today, even though it was a loss. Up 250 for the day. Thanks for the knowledge. You dropped 1369 content. What the fuck? We ain't doing no 369 girls want to drink wine content, chat. We trade actual price action. We don't trade fucking astrology. I can tell it's seek and destroy because it still looks like it's going for those highs. Yes, it looks like it's going for those highs, but if it was going to go up, it would have moved up here after taking sell side liquidity. If it was going to go down, it would have gone down here after rebalancing this. Once a bullish setup fails and a bearish setup fails and it consolidates and it's still near the range of the London session, it's seek and destroy. If we were bullish, we would have moved up here. But chat, guys, you guys are, I thank you so much for the subscriptions. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. But I think I'm going to wrap this up. It's a seek and destroy. I'm not going to trade the AM session today. PM session might be better. Usually when the AM session is seek and destroy, the PM session could be a nice distribution unless it's a seek and destroy for the whole day. But the bullish diamond pattern, what? Sorry, I trade ICD concepts, Pierce. but I don't think I'm going to take another entry for the AM session. So I will be live on TikTok for the PM session. We had a beautiful trade today. Amazing risk management. I say today is a great win. I journaled it. So what to expect is I will post the trade recap and everything on Discord. I will post a photo on Twitter and the end of day balance. And I will also post a trade recap video of today with the challenge of one trade a day with the label of that. So be tuned in to see how I do with this challenge, publicly traded, showing my balance at the end of the day. Other than that, fellas, thanks for sharing the knowledge with us as a new trader. I really appreciate it. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. I will be live in the PM session, and later today I will do a Bible study, so stay tuned for that. Actually, I'm going to the Apple store, so it might be later today. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Today was a great day, but it's Seek and Destroy, so I'm cutting it short. So it's only, I don't know, it's only an hour stream. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. I live stream every AM session and PM session. AM on YouTube, PM on TikTok. $275,000 in funded account payouts. Trading ICT concepts for 5+ years. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.